Are we live? Yes.
Oh, we are live. Yes. Hello, everybody. This is Danny
and Wanda
from Deep South Homestead. We're sitting here eating away, wasn't paying any attention to nothing, and all of a sudden I looked up and the joker was already green on us.
Yeah, we weren't paying too much attention.
And I didn't put a hello or anything on the screen. I mean, I'm just
we're running really fast.
Yeah.
You'd think on a rainy day we'd have it all together and nothing to do, but hey, we've been busy.
No, we don't. We don't stop. Florida homesteader.
Yeah, Danny's working. I didn't get a picture of you. I started to. I forgot about it. Yeah. He's working on some plans. So even on a rainy day, he has lots to do. And I've been working on the computer all morning, trying to get things done, fixing to do some cooking in a little while. And today we're eating mainly leftovers from last night. Now I know they probably can't tell, but I have deer steak that is coated in pecan meal that Danny fried. I didn't fry it, he did. I coated it and everything. Mashed potatoes from our jarred potatoes, green beans from a jar. My pickles are my red hot pickles that I made.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a picture. Can you find, where is it? The stir fry. The stir fry that I did last night was absolutely fantastic. It came out, you see it?
Top right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Guys, we have broccoli fresh from the field. The chard was from the field. The spinach was from the field. No, the spinach came out of containers.
Yeah, the container garden.
Yes, and then the yellow Marconi peppers came from our greenhouse. And I kind of sauteed this down for about less than 10 minutes, just kind of on a low heat. And I added a spoonful of cream cheese. Oh my goodness, this stuff is awesome.
It is good.
So we are eating fresh and enjoying what we have in our garden, our containers, and our greenhouse.
Yeah, mine's a little bit different. Well, no, it's not much different than yours.
Not too much.
No, I'm eating homegrown green beans, homegrown carrots, sweet potato dessert. It's our sweet potatoes. Our potatoes that's been canned. And she mashed them for us, and then the deer steaks was coated in pecan meal also. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's Jennifer and Jan. Oh, we love a good salad. And that's one thing about living in the deep south is you can grow some awesome salad stuff in the wintertime.
Yeah, and the chard, I just kind of sauteed it down with some garlic chives and green onions was added into that, and the spinach and the chard, and I just sauteed it down for a few minutes. I threw the bell peppers, no, not bell peppers, Marconi peppers.
Marconi.
And the, I'm looking at broccoli.
Yeah.
Sauteed that down, put a lid on it, and just turned the fire off and let it sit there for a few minutes. Absolutely wonderful way to cook. It already had its seasoning because it had the onions and the garlic in it and the chives. And oh my goodness, just really, really good.
Well, it is. I mean, when you live in the deep south, I mean, I know a lot of y'all that live up north are
under snow,
and it's so cold and all that.
Sorry about that.
I'm really sorry about that. You know, here in the deep south, we still have bell peppers growing outside, and it's been in the 30s.
I have a picture.
Do you have a picture?
I think so. I think it's peppers.
Let me just look through the pictures here just a minute here, y'all. I mean, this is the crazy thing about this. There it is right there.
They're in containers by the barn.
This is in containers outside in front of my barn. Now, it's been
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peppers.
6.
6 peppers on that in a wad.
In one wad. There's another right over there. 7. If you, this is what's crazy about this is it's already been in the low 30s. We've had several frosts. I don't know why these peppers are still alive. We figured that they would be gone by now. But, guys, they just keep hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing about being where we live at down here. We get to eat year-round so far.
Yeah, and a lot of people are scouring through seed catalogs right now.
Yes.
Danny and I really aren't. We just got a bunch of catalogs in, but I just stack them. We hardly ever go through seed catalogs. Most people just look through them and order and order and order. Danny and I don't.
But we do have a surprise that's going to be coming up here very shortly.
Yeah, on seed.
On seeds, we're going to be able to offer y'all something that we're hoping it's going to be a blessing to each and every one of you. So if you're looking through seed catalogs, don't get too anxious just yet, because we have a seed deal coming up that hopefully we're going to be able to work out for everybody.
Yeah, and we'll probably have that video up later not this week, next week.
No, it might be next week. Yeah,
it'd be next week.
Yeah.
But we don't really go through seed catalogs. We save, I'd say, what, 90%?
We save 90% of all on seed. Now we may go through occasionally. Occasionally, I may pick up a seed catalog and order my carrots because they're a biennial and it takes 2 years to grow them, or onions.
Yeah, we do. But
now onions strictly
seeds this time.
I grew my own onions this time. Most of them. Now, I did order a few from Dixondale. If y'all want to order good onions, go to Dixondale. They have the best onion sets, and make sure when you go, you pick out whatever variety is good for your area, whether it's an intermediate. If you're above the 35th parallel, then you need a long day variety. If you're below the 35th parallel, you need a short day variety. And then there is a little area right in between that's called intermediate. So make sure you get the right onion for your area.
Yeah, and what I was getting at is we're not really going through seed catalogs. We have our seed, and the ones that we do order, we purchased in the last few months. We don't wait last minute like January to get seed, because
we buy ours in the fall, actually.
Yeah, we get them earlier, and we do buy carrots. If we do any cover crops or something like that, what other?
But we have most of our cover crops now.
Yeah, we're starting to collect, but if we decided to use, like, he wanted a variety of peppers we didn't have. We ordered that way on back several months ago.
Yeah, if we hadn't done it when I done it, we wouldn't have got any.
Then a couple of tomatoes that he wanted to try, we ordered those.
Yep.
So we're going to try and do a video on what we're planting shortly. But the reason we're not really looking at catalogs right now is not necessarily that we already have most of our seeds. It's that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to start
We'll be planting within 3 weeks.
And we have to have that ready.
What's that? Darren Blackburn said, "Are you still going with hybrid tomato seeds this year?" Yes, we are.
But the Amish paste we're sticking with. But.
Well, we'll stick with the Amish paste, but I'm really looking into some more hybrid varieties, just as a backup, and just in case something happens, some disease comes through or something. I really would like something that's really disease resistant. Our biggest issue here is nematodes. We have no tomatoes that are heirlooms that are nematode resistant. So, what are you doing?
Somebody want to know about this book.
Oh, okay.
Keep talking.
Okay. But anyway, we're going to pick up a few hybrids along the way. There's one in our area that we're going to be really looking at, a variety of tomato. It's a Bella Rosa. We're going to be trying the Bella Rosa out. It's really supposed to be a good tomato for our area, but we don't know just yet.
We're going to test it and see.
We'll test it and see. Now, the ones we know that do good here that are heirlooms and do pretty good is the Amish paste, the yellow pear, the indigo blue series tomatoes. There's a couple of others, the mortgage lifter, and there's a couple of other ones that do good.
Yeah. We're going to be starting planting shortly, but somebody asked about this. This is called Pecans from Soup to Nuts. Okay, this book was sent to me, and I don't remember who even sent it. They sent me several things, and there's something else up there they sent also. They sent a couple of things, but this is one of the books. This has recipes in it, guys. all kinds of ways to use pecans. From making yams to pecan-crusted squash casserole, chocolate fudge sauce with pecans, maple pecan dessert sauce, pecan torte. I mean, there's all kinds. Pecan, praline kisses, rum balls, Papa Joe's pecan nuggets. I mean, it's in here. It's a book that shows all kinds of pecan things. It's put out by, I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's just telling what that house is on the back. The Cane River Pecan Company.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old.
New Iberia, Louisiana.
It was copyrighted in 1984. So you can still find it. Not sure on that. But it gives you lots of pecan recipes. And
now let me tell you something about pecans. Most people don't understand. A lot of your nuts are high in lectins. And if your nuts are extremely high in lectins, what that will do is it will cause a lot of gallbladder problems. You'll begin to have pain under your right shoulder and everything. If you start eating a lot of almonds and peanuts, even though peanuts are a legume, people classify it as that. But the pecan is one of the ones that's very low in lectins and is like a superfood, actually. That's one reason I eat as many of them as I do. It's a good laxative too if you eat a lot of them. It helps you stay regular. I mean, the pecan is the all-around best nut that you're going to find to eat. If you don't believe me, the Native Americans were the first ones to discover it.
Your best says the best way is just to eat them.
They are good now because I do my share of that.
Danny sits and cracks them, and he'll crack and eat one, and he'll crack and put one in the bag, and then he'll crack another one and eat part of it.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at that.
Yep.
Okay. I haven't been keeping up with the chat.
I hadn't either. Our pecan trees here didn't make it all this year. Ours didn't either, Texas Plow Girl. We had no pecans this year.
And Scratchmate said some pecans produce every 2 years. There's some trees that will not produce a huge variety. They may produce some, but they may not produce a huge variety. And Scratchmate Homestead owns Tanner's Pecans.
Jan is talking about grinding pecans into pecan meal and everything. Well, Jan, what you're looking at right here is fried deer steak, and it has been rolled in pecan meal from Tanner's Pecan, and it makes these deer steaks so good. I mean, oh, they're
awesome.
Good.
So if you don't have pecans and you can't make your own pecan meal, contact Tanner's Pecans, and they have an online store. You can get your own pecan meal. You can get pecans. You can get candies. You can get pies. They have all kinds of stuff. It's really good.
There's my daughter jumped in here. Hey, Jennifer. Let's see here. Mama Tried said, what kind of onions do you grow from Dixondale? Well, we grow the yellow granics because we are short day varieties here. We do yellow granics, the red bell, the Texas granics. One of them's a number. One of them's just got a number in front of it. It's something. I forgot what the number is now. But those are the main three that we do here.
Yeah. And yet last year with Dixondale, we had really nice onions. They weren't something that you, I guess, put on display. They weren't the big onions, but ours were about like this, which is better than what we were getting, which were like this.
Yeah. Anita, we haven't soaked any of our pecans yet to do that. I have read about it, but we have not actually ever done it. So,
soaked them for what?
To take the what do they call that, proteolytic acid or out of it? Phytalic acid. I'll get it right in a minute.
No, I really haven't studied. Danny doesn't leave pecans here long enough to do much of anything. I make those pecan cookies every week. He gets pecan cookies. He eats a few. He busts a few. He puts them in the freezer, and when I need them, they're there.
And if any of y'all are looking for a homestead down in the south here, my daughter's on here, Jennifer Johnson. She is a realtor for the southern part of the Mississippi down here. If y'all are really looking for a homestead and looking for land or anything like that, contact her because she can hook you up with some awesome pieces of property and tell her what you're looking for.
Yeah, because we've had several people contact us, and Danny and I are just looking at land all the time, so we really don't know. And even in our area, we don't really know everything that's available. So Jennifer can find it. She'll search for what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yes, Ruben. It's the 1050Y. I think is what it is. The 1050.
She said for all of Mississippi.
Oh, for all of Mississippi now. Okay.
Great. So if you want to move to Mississippi, contact Jennifer.
Yeah. Mississippi's a great place. If you don't believe me, just ask me. Is that how you say it?
I saw Grizz a while ago said he might have the snow, but he don't have the rattlesnakes and the ticks and the fire ants and all that stuff.
Well,
I think I'd take those over.
I'll take those over. Yeah.
At least we can plant.
I'm not going to starve to death. I can get out and plant. That's right.
I can't plant in snow.
Nope, you can't plant in snow.
So,
yeah, stepping back to SHTF, cobbler skills will be needed. Get to take care of your feet. Hey, it's funny they mentioned that.
I didn't put a picture of that. We'll do a video.
We'll do a video on it. Yesterday, we went with the Lori family out to my family's property. My grandfather was a cobbler. Matter of fact, he was one of the only cobblers in the area where I live at. And he had a table that he custom built many. When I was just a little kid, I remember this table. And we actually went yesterday out to my dad's place. We actually got this table and brought it back. I remember this table being in his cobbler shop that he had. So I actually have that table now. We're going to be redoing the top on it and everything. And
leaving the legs and stuff.
We're going to leave the legs just as they are. We'll probably put some marine varnish or something on them.
It's pretty awesome. I've always admired it. And we contacted his brother yesterday and he said, yeah, go get it. And we really needed something to do a video where we're grinding corn with this corn grinder. It's a hand corn grinder we got. And we should have done this 3 months ago. But
we should have.
But we've been so busy.
But we've got Amanda coming in which when's Amanda coming in? About 2 or 3 days?
One day next week.
Amanda, I've checked the weather, so you need to contact me before you leave. Yeah, we're gonna put Amanda to work. I'll just let her grind all. She's gonna bring her corn, I think, and grind it. So
yeah, and so we needed a table that had a lip on it.
Yeah.
And Danny wanted to use my dining room table that he made, and not happening. That pretty table.
She wouldn't let me use her table. I said I built it.
He's not going to put a grinder that's going to cut into my wood on that pretty table.
Yeah.
So we had a little come to Jesus meeting about my table, didn't we?
We did.
That was my table. I don't care.
People call me Jesus, so I guess did Jesus win or did you win?
I won.
You won, okay.
He's not putting that grinder on my table.
Okay, she wouldn't let me. Even though I built the table, she told me she said it's a no-go. We can't do it.
So we went and got this table because of the way it's made. You'll see in the video it's perfect for it. And we're going to be grinding corn sometime next week. I don't know when, but we're going to work on the table and work on that.
Oh, Kubota Acre says, of course, I understand it's raining in Louisiana because it's coming our way. It's been raining here most of the morning. But he said he's working on finishing up his sugarcane rebuild. I wish I could see a video on that. If you have a video you could put together, that would be great. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, send us an email on it. Somebody posted in our gathering place an old mill. It's not made like ours exactly because it is totally different setup, but it's some type of mill, and I think it was in Missouri, but I can't remember, for $2,000. So if anybody's in our gathering,
that must be a power mill.
No, it's. I think it was going to be run by mules, but the way it was made was different. It looked more like, you remember the one we saw online, the foreign girl feeding it with the ox going around? It had the big wheels set up where they turned, and you could see all of it. It was a big setup.
Well, that's a power mill works a lot like that.
Yeah.
But it runs off of a PTO.
Well, I couldn't tell that part in the video, in the picture. But if somebody's interested, go to Deep South Homestead gathering place, and if you're a member, you can find it in the link in the post. If not, ask to join, and you can find it there.
Jennifer said yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the Lori family getting their land, and guys, you should see it now.
We should
awesome.
have them do a before and after.
Oh, video. We should get them to do a before and after video. Okay, Amanda says, let's remember I'm there to kick off the Diamond Club. February slots are still available for anyone that wants to host or attend a class.
Yes, please let me know. If you're within a 2-hour radius of Wiggins for I can't remember the dates exactly, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, maybe, of February. If you would like to host a class, Amanda's going to be giving the host roller balls, and it's going to be a make and take, so everybody that comes will get to take a roller ball home, but the host will get a set of roller balls. And if anybody signs up during the day she's hosting, she's given the class, the Diamond Club gives that person that signs up what she calls a mad scientist kit. Don't ask me what it is because I haven't seen it yet. And also, she's going to be, they'll get a free oil.
Okay. You did sell the Wonder Mill, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Jennifer's asking from the Country Homestead Picture, asking, had you sold the Wonder Mill yet? I think it's sold, but we'll just have to see.
All right.
Let me back up. Hold on. Ticka Farm says, do you recommend guineas for pest control? Guineas are fantastic for pest control if you can stand the noise. That's the only thing, is if you can stand the noise. Any tips on what I can do with wild persimmons? I have a few trees on my property in Mississippi. We leave them for the wildlife. The deer love them.
Pigs love them.
Pigs literally love them. If you have any kind of animals or anything like that.
Chickens probably would love them.
Chickens would peck on them. They're extremely sweet if you just wanted to use them.
How much or how little water for the Cherokee tan pumpkins?
Just like watering anything else in the garden. 1 inch a week should be about right.
Yes, I had a lady contact me on the Wonder Mill as soon as I put it up, so I pulled the post back down. So it is sold, and I just didn't need it because Danny and I do not do flour. We do corn and, like you said, the pecan meal and almond meal. And so I don't even grind my own almonds. I just buy the meal already done. But we wanted to make corn and make grits, and it didn't make grits. So that's why I was getting rid of it.
Brenda says that they have a bean Frencher to donate for the drawing at the gathering. Ooh, that would be great for people coming to the drawing.
Coming to the gathering.
Gathering. Ticka Farm, you know what? 1/4 mile away. I wouldn't worry about that, to be honest with you. The only thing is, the guineas ain't going to stay home. They're going to ramble. I'm going to tell you that. They're going to go all in the woods. They're going to go everywhere they can go. So.
On the gathering, it is March the 9th here in Wiggins, Mississippi. And guys, we are already getting things for giveaways, for raffles, for there's another giveaway, raffles, and auctions. So if you want to donate something, let me know. There's a P.O. box down in the description. Right now, we have an Excalibur dehydrator. Brenda just said a French, you make the green beans into French green beans. What else have we got? Oh, let me think. I done forgot.
Don't ask me. There's so many things being done. So.
Y'all, I didn't bring my notes. I was in a hurry, and Danny says, okay, it's 1 minute till, and I just ran. But we've got things donated for all these things, and if you want to donate something, let me know. Also, if you want a booth, please let me know within the next 2 to 3 weeks. We want to be able to have all the booths set up. We have some wonderful people coming with booths already. Lee, what's it called? Napping?
Yeah, he does napping. You know, Knapping.
Yeah, where he makes the
arrowheads.
We're going to have.
Now the booths will be sitting on a dirt floor, so y'all know.
Yeah, and bring your table and stuff. We're just renting a space for $10. Grandma Rose is doing the fly fishing. She's tying flies for fly fishing. We have somebody with the aircrete going to be showing something to do with aircrete. One guy's going to be doing, I think Rusty's going to be bringing some of his toys that he makes. So we're going to have quite a variety of things going on. And I've got others. We're going to have a doTERRA booth. And there again, if anybody signs up while they're at the gathering, they will get the Mad Scientist.
You just keep going.
Okay, the Mad Scientist kit and a free oil.
Tamara, she's asked this twice. I've seen it. If you don't grow your own corn, where could I buy it from? That's a good question. You would have to check with a company that maybe somebody that's Amish or somebody like that, or someone you know that sells non-GMO corn for grinding for cornmeal. And Ticka Farm says Monsanto owns so many seed companies, soon will be owned by them. This is what Wanda and I's, one of our biggest surprises is coming. It's going to be, we have a company that we're going to be working with on seeds. They're non-genetically modified and all that. I mean, they're
heirloom and
hybrid, heirloom, open pollinated. There's differences in all those. They sell all these seeds and they're not backed by Monsanto's.
That's the good.
I can almost guarantee you that one.
Charlotte says she has raincoats that she'd like to send us different sizes for the gathering. Yes, that would be okay.
Yeah, we may need them that day.
We may need them.
Last year we would have used them.
Yeah. Rose says she would love to come to our event. Anybody that's interested in the gathering, it's easier for you to go to Deep South Homestead Gathering Place on Facebook and ask to join our group. We're going to constantly be doing updates there. Right now, Roots and Refuge is coming to speak. I'm working on some panels to have a panel where we can have some questions for the panel so you get to meet a few more people. Just got a lot going on there.
Chris says, Danny, have you ever tried emerald wheat? Some folks with celiacs can tolerate eating it. I'm trying it this summer. Yes, I have tried it. Matter of fact, I have a story about that. I planted my emerald wheat. I had to look hard to find this. And when I finally found the type of emerald wheat that I wanted, I planted it. And I come by, and one of my big roosters was in the area that I had planted my emerald wheat and had scratched up the whole place. Really made me mad because I had just planted it that morning, and he got out and got into it. So I immediately got off the tractor, went and caught the rooster. I took him to the shop. I chopped his head off, butchered him, took all the seeds out of his craw, and went and replanted them again. And the emerald wheat did okay, but we really didn't get a lot of wheat.
We didn't get a lot because the area was, if you wanted to grow enough wheat to make flour in order to keep bread on your family's table for a year, you better have several acres.
It takes a lot of wheat to make bread.
The little area we did, what did you get? Maybe this
I got
much?
Maybe 3 or 4 cupfuls of wheat off of it. Yeah.
Maybe that much. And it was very, very little. So that told me if I was going to grind it to make flour for my family, we would have to have a field of it. Like I would say an acre or more.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to have a lot of wheat. So if you're thinking of growing your own wheat, you need a lot of space. Somebody asked about a plant swap as well as a seed swap. If people have plants and they want to, that could probably be part of the seed swap type thing.
Yeah.
Because I know some people are wanting to bring some plants. Some are going to be selling plants and fruit tree starts and things like that, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at?
We are not in wheat country. No, we're not.
We are not in wheat country.
We're
not in Kansas, Dorothy.
No, we are not. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Nope, we're not in Kansas anymore. Yes, Baker Creek is a good seed company. And guys, it's what happens with seed companies, if I can get this in quick enough, is these big seed companies like Monsanto and all that, they get what's called parent companies. These parent companies go out and they buy out these other seed companies and they tell them, oh no, we're not Monsanto or anything like that. but yet they're backed by Monsanto and stuff. So in the end, Monsanto ends up owning them.
Okay, and let me see what else. There was something. Tika Farm says they ordered their flour from Europe to escape the U.S.'s flour process.
If y'all had talked to the scientists that I talked to at the wheat factory where they process wheat at, you'd never eat American wheat again. Or flour, let me put it that way.
Okay, Wellborn wants to know if we started cutting and curing our potatoes yet. No. Right now we're expecting a really good freeze this next week. Plus another sore subject, the tractor's not back yet.
Nope.
So we're in limbo with that.
I've been told for the last 3 days that it would be here. It ain't here yet, so we're just waiting. We're
prepared for that polar vortex. Oh, it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. Believe me, we went out yesterday and Wanda chopped off all the sugar cane that was sticking up out of the ground. We've been getting ready. Everything we have is made where we can drain it. We don't have to worry about anything kind of freezing and busting too much.
We will get the potatoes done probably the end of next week or so, and let them cure for the next week.
It depends on about time. It depends on when the seed companies here gets their potatoes in. Now we have some of our own that we will begin getting ready, but we also buy some here in town too.
Do we have a lemon law here? Yes, but we've been through, this is tractor number 4, and that's a long, sore subject.
We don't want to go there right now.
We don't have time to explain all that we've been through for nearly, what, a year and a half?
Close to 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Just saying, it's been a while. So we
have a lemon law. I had a Ford truck one time that I got Ford to buy it back. Now that was a long process, but I made it happen.
Yeah, lemon law does take a while, but it can happen.
It can happen, and they have actually bought my tractor back, and we've actually got another one. You know, so yeah,
well, they did.
It wasn't no better, but we've got another one.
Well, it's better in some ways and not in others. Put it that way.
Really, let me say this: it's not the tractor company's fault. It's the government's fault. Because the government is making these tractor companies put computers on tractors. Computers are not made to be out in dusty fields and dirt and beating and banging around and all that kind of stuff. And that's the whole problem.
Yeah, it's the computer.
If I have to get rid of this tractor, I'll actually go and look for an older tractor that doesn't have a computer.
No computer. Yeah. Okay, Mark has asked, or Jamie, about the purple sweet potatoes. We didn't like the taste of them as well. Now they're pretty and they're great to add into like stir fries and things like that. I made a sweet potato pie with them. They're a drier consistency. You can, if you put them into a pie or something like that, then you can add enough butter and milk to really do them up and make them not as dry. But if you're just going to eat a purple sweet potato, they are drier. But they are a good way to add some color to your food. Are we even planting any this year? A few maybe?
We might plant a few, but
we won't plant a lot.
They remind me a lot of the white sweet potatoes because they're more of a drier potato than they are sweet. And they have a great taste. Now, don't get me wrong, they remind me more of the white potato.
Charlotte's asked about bugs.
Well, I got to go with a Sherry Pepan. I've heard that purple carrots are not as sweet as orange. Would you think that the purple sweet potatoes would be the same? We've grown the purple carrots.
They were actually very good.
They were actually pretty good.
I didn't notice a difference because when you start processing purple carrots, the purple comes off.
The purple just comes off.
So it's orange underneath anyway. But the purple sweet potatoes stayed purple, or ours did. Now I saw a variety that stays white.
Yeah.
With a purple shell, but ours stayed purple all the way through, and those were drier.
Yeah. Odie says he loves his 8N tractors. The whole 8N Ford tractors would be great, but we have to have a front end loader and we have to have a 4-wheel drive and all that. And I mean, I love the old 8Ns for being durable.
Okay, I don't know how to say it. Batistina Stia, I don't know how to say your name, but they are doing the 3-day pantry challenge.
Oh, good.
Let me know if you do a video so I can add it to the playlist on Crazy Days. Are those seed potatoes from Tractor Supply non-GMO? I don't know. You probably have to ask.
Let me say this. It's illegal to sell genetically modified seeds to the public.
Seeds or seed potatoes?
Seeds or seed potatoes. Anything genetically modified is illegal to sell to the public.
So how?
You have to have a license to be able to have it sold.
So they're not, genetically modified seeds aren't on the market yet?
The potatoes, they have a white potato that's genetically modified that's called, I had it in my head when I first started talking and just slipped right out of it.
Things happen. It
happens. That's what happens when you get old. But there's a white potato that has a white skin on it. Oh, that's right on the tip of my tongue. It starts with an S.
Simplex.
Not simplex. It's something like that. Anyway, starts with an S. It's a genetically modified potato that's out on the market. They tried to push it because it doesn't rot get the brown spots like the other ones do. And they say they took the part out of it that causes cancer. But anyway, just stick with the old potatoes. The regular potatoes should not be genetically modified. I don't care where you get them.
Yeah. Okay, so let me mention right quick. Sherry is on here. Sherry Pappin. She's the one doing the shirts and hats. Okay. We now have hats for the gathering. Can y'all see that? And these are the good hats. They're not the cheap plastic.
They're not the Velcro ones in the back.
With the Velcro, they've got a buckle. They're kind of gray. I don't know what color it's showing up exactly, but they're a gray color. Nice color for hats. I think they're $20 a piece. I'm not positive, but in our descriptions, you have an email for the hats and for the t-shirts. And these are the t-shirts. And it's garden like your life depends on it, because it does. That's what our theme for the gathering is, and anybody wearing one of those shirts or hats will go into a drawing at the gathering. So check out claygirl at CenturyLink.com or something like that.
Okay. Charlotte's got a question there. Mr. Danny, we have had a mild winter so far. Do you think the bugs will be bad next growing year? If it stays mild, we probably will, but the winter's not over.
VW Farms wants to know, do we start our own sweet potatoes? And you guys, VW yes. Farms is going to be at the gathering.
Yes, we do grow our own sweet potato slips.
I always have.
Yeah, we always
Not
do.
in water.
No, and we don't grow them in water. No.
A sore subject. Okay. They're working on a video for Saturday. Okay,
they'll let us know. Will there be any hats at the gathering to purchase?
We're hoping. I'm not 100% sure yet. Sherry and I are talking about that. There will be some, but I don't know how many right at this moment. And while I'm thinking about it, Country Homestead Preacher, I need to know where you got the cups from, and is it possible to order some, for the gathering or for just people purchasing on our Etsy store. We've had a lot of people love those cups. So if you will send me an email or something about where I can look for them. Ticka Farm says potatoes cause cancer.
There is a compound in potatoes that is known to have a cancerous link to it. It's just not in the top of my head right now what it is. I'm having a mental block on that. Y'all have to excuse that.
But we eat a lot of potatoes.
You would have to eat a 50-pound bag of them a day in order for it to affect you.
We ate a 50-pound bag in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but we don't eat a 50-pound bag in a couple of weeks.
It'd take about a month.
It'd take about a month or two for us to eat it. But you'd have to eat that many a day for it to be. And they use that one little compound in it to build a whole platform on. So don't let that bother you.
Okay, they're wanting to know, do you bring in new sweet potato slips ever? They've heard that the genetics degrade over time. We've been saving these for several years.
Gosh, I've had mine for 20-something years. I mean,
I don't know.
I've never had mine to go backwards. I don't know if you.
Well, we did buy.
We bought a few last year. We bought some extras.
Yes, because
we did
the lorries were getting some, and we told them to pick some extras up because we wanted to extend our field. So I guess yes, you.
Well, it didn't do any good because grass got them.
Yeah, but I mean the pollination from one to the other. Oh, the flowers don't work.
No, the sweet potatoes are just tubers. I mean, they're.
Oh, different source. Never mind, y'all. See how much I know about sweet potatoes. That's the king.
Yeah, it's I mean, they do have flowers on them, but
so that has nothing to do with it.
Doesn't have anything to do with them making a potato. But now, when you see them, flowering, that's a sign that they are making potatoes. I will say that.
Okay, guys, I learned something new today.
Yeah, they'll grow a potato even if they don't have a flower on them. I mean, so.
Oh wow. Okay, so see. All right.
Naturally, NC says, what sweet potatoes are you growing? I honestly don't know what the name of the variety is because I got them like 20-something years ago from an elderly gentleman, and I have no clue. All I know is they make beautiful potatoes.
And the ones we added in were Puerto Rican
yams is the ones I bought.
Something like that. I think that's the ones we added in last year. What calorie crops do you grow aside from potatoes?
Gosh, potatoes is probably. We grow sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes. We call them Irish potatoes. I'm gonna get criticized for that, I'm pretty sure.
White potatoes.
White potatoes.
Fingerlings.
We grow the fingerlings. Another calorie crop. We don't really grow it unless corn. The corn.
Beans.
Well, they're more proteins.
Yeah. Tomatoes, all the greens. None of that really is a calorie.
No, we don't grow anything. No corn.
That's why
that's why we're so thin and poor. We look like a red worm with his gut slung out. Really.
Why do we not start in water?
Because God did not put sweet potatoes in water.
Oh.
He put them in dirt.
Yeah. Y'all, Danny has a sweet potato manual. Anybody that don't have this manual, order it on our Etsy store. You need to go to the
Etsy store and get this manual. Anything to know about sweet potatoes is in that manual. How to plant them, how to start them, how to bed them up, how to do everything about that sweet potato from the time you make the slip till you put it in a jar.
And then we have an English pea manual for all of y'all, because English peas, we're planting those within the next 2 weeks, hopefully. Yeah. So there's an English pea manual on Etsy. Sweet potatoes.
Arclamide. That's what it is. That's supposed to cause cancer in potatoes. Alan looked it up for us.
Thank you.
I knew what it was. I just couldn't think of it.
Do we ever grow rutabagas? We have.
Yep, I have in the past.
What, 2 years ago?
We canned a bunch of them. We still got them dehydrated and everything.
I dehydrated and canned some.
Danny, do you ever trellis your sweet potatoes? No, because sweet potatoes need to have roots in the ground all down the stems. Anywhere that root vine puts off a root, it will also put a potato, and those are called vine potatoes in the ground, and they're the best sweet potatoes that you can get, the little vine ones.
Yeah. And besides that, we plant, what did we plant last year? 500 or 600 plants. How many?
Oh gosh, we planted 700 sweet potato draws.
We planted 700 sweet potato draws, or starts, or slips, whatever you want to call it. So we couldn't trellis all that. That's a lot if we had to do that.
Mercedes Flores says, if you don't put them in the ground, don't put them in water, then how do you do it? You just put a place in the ground out there and stick your potato in the ground, and the little sprouts come up on it, and when they do, you dig down around and break them off, and you cut the first ½ inch off of the bottom. It's all in my manual. If you just get a manual, it tells you all about that. This thing of sticking a sweet potato with toothpicks in a jar, that is it'll work, but you'll work your tail off trying to get enough sweet potato slips to grow anything with. If you put that potato in the ground, it will grow so many sweet potato slips, you won't know what to do with them.
Yeah, you could probably put, for what most people plant, 10 sweet potatoes in the ground would provide way more slips.
More slips than you'll ever need to plant
and usually
half an acre.
What, putting it in the ground to pulling the slips off?
About 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, maybe?
Yeah, if the ground's warm enough. Now, you got to make sure the ground's warm. Ever make your own wine? No, I have friends who do it, so I don't have to.
Mama tries this. She's repeatedly tried rutabagas and can never get them going.
Time to Sow says their sugar snaps are rocking right now. They live in a little bit south from us, so they're doing really good.
Yeah, we were hoping to have some in the ground shortly. Yeah, we've got videos galore. We have a whole playlist of sweet potatoes. Anything you want to know
about sweet potatoes, just go to our playlist. It's all there.
We have lots and lots of them. That's why at the, when did Tommy call you that? At the Appalachian conference a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Tommy Alderman started calling Danny the sweet potato king. And then when he found out we did sugar cane, he called him the
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy. So he's got two names from Tommy Alderman, which Tommy and Patty Alderman will be at the gathering.
Yeah, growing sweet potatoes is a piece of cake. I mean, it really is. You just get a place that's nice and warm and sunny. The ground gets warmed up real good. If you have to put a window over it or around some bales of hay or whatever and put a piece of glass or plastic over it, them things will rock and roll.
Florida Homesteader has English peas starting to sprout.
Oh, wow.
They're a little bit warmer than we are.
Just a touch.
Yeah, Tamara says hers are going crazy right now, too. So we're going to be behind these hotter people, I guess.
Yep. I got to get up there and get my garden. Well, I got to get a tractor first, okay?
Then we'll worry about
We don't want to talk about that tractor no more, okay?
No. Kirk says he's new to all this. He lives in Georgia. What should I be planting now?
Any of your greens. Well, it depends on what part of Georgia you're in. Now, if you're in North Georgia, you probably ain't planting nothing right now. You're probably going to be getting snow, but at some point, or freezes. But if you're in Southern Georgia, you could be planting a lot of things. English peas. I mean, you know. Yeah. Any of your greens, your brassicas, or any of that stuff.
And Pia's on here, and she asked, did I ever grow candy corn? And she's just joking. I have a candy corn plant.
She has a candy corn plant.
If you don't believe me, go over to Crazy Days, and I've got a video on the candy corn plant. It is beautiful. Right now, most of the blooms it doesn't have blooms on it, but when I put it back out, it had blooms even last week, didn't it? Because my mom mentioned it. So the blooms are starting to fall now, but in the spring, I guarantee you'll be covered again if I don't lose it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, Welburn's talking about they may lose everything this week with this weather coming. If you can get some wetting tool, like they use at weddings, and put over them, you might spare them.
Yes, we do have some cover crop things, but we don't have much outside except the carrots. We may have to cover the carrots.
We have the carrots, and we have our cabbages and our broccolis that we may have to watch. But I mean,
if we have to cover something, we have this stuff to cover. But we don't have a lot going yet that we have to worry about.
Saddle Ridge says, "Pity us Northerners, poor Northerners. Spring is so far away. It's just right on our heels. As a matter of fact, if I'd have had my tractor today, I would have been plowing ground."
Ooh, Brenda said they're looking at -15 wind chill. Ooh, no.
And more snow. Guys, if y'all don't believe I'm telling you the truth about the grand solar minimum, just look out the window if you live up north.
They usually get cold they get snow, but it seems like y'all are getting just hammered with some really overabundance of it.
Yeah, well, this year, it's going to gradually get worse between now and 2030. So, do you think the vigor of a hybrid would be good to cross with the heirlooms? You can cross them with them, but the problem's going to be is you're not going to know what you're going to get when you cross it. When you plant those next seeds, it's going to be really, really difficult. It takes many, many years of trying to figure out what you're going to get.
All right, Sherry says they have a candy corn, sweet corn. It's a combination of the peaches and cream and the candy corn and silver cream. Silver Queen.
That's interesting. I'd like to have some of that to try.
All right, so
Laura says she's from Long Island. Ain't too cold there. If you're on Long Island, you're out close to the water out there, so it's not that cold yet.
Yeah.
Gail said 4.5 months till I can plant. Oh, gosh, you can starve to death in that length of time.
Yeah, and Pia said they had a 3.5 earthquake at 6 this morning. She is
in California.
I believe.
Joseph said, I started my slips last year and got my heirlooms. Hope I can keep them going for 20 years. You should be able to, Joseph. Just make sure you save your potatoes and keep them in a good, cool, dry place. Yes, I've grown parsnips before, Sherry. I've not had any problems with them. Morgan says, I plant peaches and cream and G90. I used to plant the G90 all the time for market, but I haven't planted them. We grow the heirloom Stoll Evergreen now for our own personal use because we like to save our own seed.
And the Stoll Evergreen is every bit as sweet and good. It's probably one of the sweetest I've ever tasted.
To be an heirloom, it's the sweetest.
Yeah. For an heirloom, yes.
Shadow Ridge says Baker Creek has black corn. Really looks weird. I've seen the black corn.
We've got the black popcorn.
We've got the black popcorn.
And that's something we want to plant this year, some popcorn. I don't know about the black, but we've got a variety that is all different colors.
Fort Payne, Alabama will have a high of 60 Saturday and a low of 28.
Yeah, Sam says they hadn't seen Mr. and Mrs. Dexter or the goats in a long time. I'm actually filming the goats, the pigs, the cows, everything, the chickens, the turkeys, even Hank. Hank has his own playlist over on Crazy Days, but I just hadn't had time to put together that video for Deep South on all the animals. So we're going to try that maybe within the next week. We're hoping. Hopefully get something like that together. Grizz, that's what we were eating. I think he's just reposting his comment from earlier, but yeah, we were eating deer steak and some greens from the garden, some kale and, not kale. Chard and spinach green onions, mashed potatoes. Danny had some carrots and green beans, all good stuff from Deep South.
Odie says the raccoons likes his yellow dent corn. They love the Danny corn I grow here now. But we also eradicate the raccoons when they come in.
If we have to. They get in our corn. What heirloom? I think it's corn.
I think it's corn.
Danny corn.
Where are you growing? We grow Danny corn. It's a corn variety I created 26 years ago. And it gets like 16 feet tall if it's fertilized well, and it gets as big around as your arm right in here.
Yes, we have a playlist on Danny corn too.
Yeah.
And the Danny corn is a field corn.
Yes, it's a field corn. It's not a sweet
animals corn. And for grits and cornmeal. That's something that that's what we're going to be grinding next week is Danny corn.
Yes.
Yes, we have it ready to grind. So that's something that we'll put a video out on that too, showing grinding Danny corn. Saddle Ridge says they like the Stoll Evergreen too.
Ticket Farm said they just bought property. What trees would be wise to plant first? Apples,
trees.
any of your fruit trees. Apples, pears, peaches, apricots, plums, blueberries, walnuts, pecan, mulberries, what else? Chestnuts.
Anything you can eat first.
Anything you can eat.
Don't spend your money on a lot of pretty trees. Spend it on your fruit trees. Set up your orchard first.
Sammy Joe says, do you send Danny corn to Canada? I don't think seeds can cross the border. I think they confiscate them when they go to the border.
I think so.
Eric from Life and Farmland, right at the Canadian border up there, grew it here last year, and a year ago, and he's 6'2", and he had to jump up in the air to try to grab the ears off of it. It was so tall.
Yeah, I just don't think we can send any seeds over the border.
We can't send any out of the contingent U.S.
Yeah.
How is your peppers in the greenhouse? They're doing great. Matter of fact, we had them last night to eat.
I had some of them.
And there was in that salad.
Yeah, I had some of the yellow Marconi. They're producing really well. And I've got tomatoes. My salad tomatoes are this big. There's a whole bunch of them hanging, and I noticed a tinge on one or two.
Oh, did you?
So I may have a tomato out of the greenhouse before long. Explain the difference between sweet and field corn. What do you do with each?
Field corn is made to feed animals with and make grits and cornmeal out of. Sweet corn has a higher sugar content, and it
is usually what's in the can.
It's usually what you get. Well, you can buy field corn in the cans too,
but most is sweet.
Most of it's sweet corn it has a higher sugar content, and most people don't realize when you pick sweet corn, if you don't process it within the first and put it in the freezer within the first 45 minutes to an hour, the sugars in it will turn to starch, and it really isn't as sweet as you think it is.
Yeah.
That's why we don't ever buy corn from a grocery store or anything like that. Same thing with English peas. If you pick English peas in 45 minutes, you need to have them snapped, shelled, or whatever you're going to do with them.
Shelled.
And have them put in the freezer.
Or canned.
Or canned, so that the sugars in them don't start turning to starches.
Okay, so we have, somebody asked something, I forgot what. Oh, what do you recommend to fertilize for growing greens?
We just use triple 13 on our greens, and that's all we. I know it's a chemical fertilizer, but we don't have enough animals to do it, and I don't like putting animal fertilizer on any leafy vegetable because of contaminants splashing back up on the leaves.
VW Farm said they harvested tomatoes, peppers, and lettuce out of their greenhouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have lettuce. I don't know if I put it up or not, but I do have lettuce. I'm not sure.
I forgot what all we did have over here.
I had lettuce. I don't know that I put it up. I had a picture of lettuce that I took today. We have the curly, I don't forget what it's called, leaf lettuce.
Well, we do have a few things growing here. Let's just take a look at them. Let's take a look. What is this here? This is my carrot bed. It's looking pretty decent. It's not as good as I would like it, but it's looking okay. Then we have.
You may have showed this, but this is the love garden that Amanda and I planted. There are plenty of carrots in there. They're not as big as Danny's because his turkey got into it.
Yes.
So we're kind of behind. So Danny said our space like this should grow some pretty good sized carrots.
Florida Homesteader, do not blanch English peas if you go to put them up. Just put them up without blanching them.
If you're putting them in the freezer,
You're putting them in the freezer.
Just shell them and put them in the freezer.
And guys, let me show you what's going on around our homestead here. If all of y'all that's up there,
freezing.
Where you're freezing at.
Let's hope it doesn't.
You see that right there? That's what we're looking at out here. These are blooms already on our huckleberries and our blueberry trees. They're already starting to bloom. So the freeze, if we get it, might do it. And then we also have these pineapple sage is actually starting to bloom here.
It's been blooming all winter. My pineapple sage has
been blooming all the time. Not only that that's not the only thing we have blooming here now.
These were taken yesterday, guys.
This was yesterday.
These are violets that are natural here, and I advise anybody that has violets to keep those around because of the medicinal purposes. But I have violets everywhere. They're growing, and I really like having my violets.
Do you grow anything specific to ferment as a means of long-term storage? No, we don't do any fermenting. We just.
I'm not fond.
We're not fond of fermenting.
And this is what kind of flower is that? My brain just went crazy.
Petunias.
Petunias. Yes, petunias will grow anywhere, anytime. I don't care. These are the old-timey petunias. And they came up volunteer in this pot by the front door, and they are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite type of winter squash? It would be the spaghetti squash. Would be my favorite. And let's see, what's the other one? It's like a cushaw or a butternut.
Butternut probably.
Would probably be it.
Somebody, when you were saying something about the fermenting, one reason I don't ferment too is because when I was looking up ways to save our food, canned is probably the longest term because we have stuff that's like 5 years old and still good. If you put it in the freezer a couple of years, some people go a little longer than 2 years, but the freezer could get freezer burnt, so 2 years. If you dehydrate, you can go many, many years, or if you freeze dry, you can go many years. But if you ferment, you need to eat that food within 6 to 7 months.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest issues with fermenting. It is not a long-term fix.
Let's see. There was another one here, and is this? What is that? I'm not even sure. What does this one encompass here?
Which one?
That one.
Oh, that's a picture of the barn. I forgot.
Okay, guys, this is where we're at on the barn. We have a video that's going to be coming up about this. We finally got our metal on the outside right here. We do not have the metal up under the other part yet, or on the back wall yet. The metal is extremely expensive, so we're having to work our way along to get, as far as to get there. But we will eventually get there. But the front is done. We're waiting to come down the side now. So be looking for that video. We have
actually 2 videos.
Oh, is it 2?
Yeah, because we're going to have one of putting the metal on, and then we're going to have one on the tour inside as you're working.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
And,
yeah.
Kurt, we do have videos on canning. I have a canning playlist. So we have canned almost anything imaginable and put in that playlist.
We've got just about anything canned.
If we didn't do a video on it, then I'm sorry, but we have canned a lot. It is a huge playlist. All right, so what else have we got going on? I'm trying to think. The gathering we've mentioned everything else. I'm trying to make sure I did not forget. I probably am. I'll remember when I get off.
Yeah, we'll probably think about it as soon as we get off. We have several new videos coming up on Patreon. Food security. I've got 2 of them up.
No, one of them's up now.
One of them's up. Have another one coming up. No, wait a minute. I thought.
No, only one yesterday.
That's right. That's right. One yesterday came up.
The meat birds processing is coming up later, and then a second one on food security next week.
Yeah.
So we do have those videos going up every few days.
She and I haven't done a live on All God's Children in a pretty good while. We've got so much going on right now. I'm just having to. It's so hard for me just to find time to even stop and do anything, but I'm hoping to be able to do it.
Morgan says you can can fermented foods after they're finished. I just don't like the taste of fermented foods. You don't like the vinegary taste. The only thing I do like fermented would be my pickles, and it takes a long time to ferment the cucumbers and do all that. I did that years ago. I've got quicker recipes now that taste great, so I just don't. We
just do the refrigerator pickles now.
Well, I do can some, like I did the
red hot pickles.
Red hot.
Yeah, the red hot.
That was almost like a fermented because it took several days to do. I did do that.
Being funny, Danny or Wanda, which is the grumpiest?
Me.
Probably her.
Me.
Probably her.
I'm just going to say it's probably going to be me.
Charlotte says, "Can you pay for a year on Patreon?"
I really don't know.
I really don't know. I mean, that's a good question, and I honestly don't know.
I really don't.
I mean, it would only be $36, wouldn't it? I mean,
yeah.
$36 for a year's worth of watching videos?
I don't know. You could Google it and see. I really hadn't thought about that.
Nobody's ever asked that question. I don't know.
Yeah. Or just by the month. I know by the month, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what.
I know you can do it by the month.
I don't know what their purpose is in just a month, but I guess so you can cancel at any time.
Yeah, so if you don't like it, you can cancel it. I guess they may not do it by the year in case somebody want to cancel it, then they have to reimburse their money and all that kind of stuff. So it may not.
They just do it month to month.
I think it's just a month to month thing. Yeah.
Just so they don't have to send money back. Okay.
Okie Egg said, besides apple cider vinegar and sour cider, I don't. Fire cider. I don't ferment either.
Y'all know I made some fire cider in there months ago, and I've not needed it, and it's still in there. So that ought to be some really strong fire cider. It's deep south almost all the way. Even my horseradish I grew this year, so I was really, really pleased with it.
Oh, we're getting sleepy, baby. We're gonna have to hurry.
I really need to check my fire cider out.
You probably do. It probably is like fire right now.
It probably is.
It may be too strong.
And I'm doing my vanilla too, and it's on like month 4, or 5. So my vanilla is really getting there. It's going to be ready to use before long, and I'm excited about making my own vanilla. So got a lot of stuff coming up. Does Patreon get a percentage?
A very small percentage. I think, what is it like? I forgot how much it is. It's like
out of $3, they get a few cents.
They just get like 3 or 4 cents out of it.
It's not much. Yeah. I can't remember. It might be 6 cents or something. I don't remember.
Maybe 5%.
Might be 5%.
I think it's 5%. They get 5%. Yeah.
So something like that.
Yeah. So look, we started Patreon way back before Christmas. We have yet to get a check. So
probably this month.
We're hoping at some point in the near future we will actually get a percentage, and it won't be much, but it'll be a little bit.
Yeah. And 2, if you do a lot of people ask us why we didn't do on our live streams, we didn't do the super chat. A lot of people don't know when you give money in a super chat, YouTube gets 30%. So if you want to give somebody money in a super chat, YouTube's getting 30% of it.
Oh, I've got to look at this. Laura Lee said that our first Dexter calf of 2019 was born with no problems. Mom is docile and lets us in the pen to love on both of them.
I can't wait. I'm hoping ours is born.
I hope we get one of ours. I mean, I hope she's bred.
We're working on all that. We're hoping that's the case. We've got goat babies.
I don't know where are you from, Laura Lee? Are you?
We hope to have goat babies either before the gathering, during the gathering, or after the gathering. Somewhere around that time, that's when our goat babies are due.
Yeah. Country Homestead Preacher says they've really enjoyed the Patreon videos. And yeah, every little bit helps. I mean, it's not much, but it's a little bit.
Well, that's why Danny and I do what we do. That's the way we make a living on our homestead. Most everybody that is doing YouTube is a graphic designer. They do all these internet web designs or something. They do something to make extra money. They all have some kind of background in computers, something. Danny and I don't. So YouTube, Etsy, Patreon now.
Oh, Amazon link. Amanda says, do you have Patreon set up to do a direct deposit? Because if you don't, they just hold it until you.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
And between our Amazon House tools, we just started with green stalks. If any of you are interested in green stalks, look that up. That is a 5-tier system
for
planting. If you have patios, small areas that you want to grow in, green stalk. We're now an affiliate with them. It'll be in the links. Mine will be coming in this next week, and we'll be doing a video on how I set it up and what I'm going to be doing. Hey, Mapleberry Farms. I bet it's cold up there in Canada.
It's cold. I was watching one of his videos about the house from the beginning to end and all that, and I saw his live stream the other day, and it's cold up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there.
And so we will have green stock. All these little Hoss tools. That's one of them. All these things are things that we get a small percentage from if you use our links. So that's what keeps us going, guys.
Well, it's just like, I'll give them for instance. It's like Amazon pays us a very small amount whenever you go and buy something. But I was able to order a new book that that I keep my records in.
Yeah.
Off of some of the money that Amazon gives us each month from people who use our link. I mean, it's little stuff, but still it helps out a little bit along.
Yeah. So those type things are how most people make it on YouTube. Most everybody. Some of them, like I said, have outside jobs. They may be at home, but they can work on the computer, like the Lori family. Heidi does job searches.
Yeah.
And that's how she makes her money at home, is through job searches. She finds people and places them, and so she can stay home. She doesn't have to go to a job outside. So there's lots of those type jobs out there.
Texas Plow Girl. Yeah, you can use 1313 on most everything you plant. Yeah.
And our other new adventure is our doTERRA. We're making, Amanda's putting up our doTERRA link. If you go to our link and you order through doTERRA, you can order retail, or you can sign up as a wholesale customer and get 25% off, or you can sign up if you want to sell and become a doTERRA wellness advocate.
Yep.
So guys, that's how we make money.
That's the only way. I mean, we don't make any one big check anytime. It's like $10 here, $15 there, $25 over there.
But it adds up.
And you know, you really don't. The problem is, if you ain't really good with your money, you never really see it because you'll spend it fast as you get it, and you have to be really frugal with it in order to be able to do anything.
They asked, do we list our links on our website? Our website has not been updated in several months, and so a lot of these new links are not on there. But that's something that when Amanda gets here, she's going to be helping me with a lot of things, and if she can help out somewhat, I'm going to get our website updated, and it will have all our new links, hopefully some new videos. Most everything on our website is at least well over a year old.
Well over a year old,
so we've really got to update the website. It just takes a lot of time and concentration because I'm the one that does it.
Honey Hollow Homestead, you really ought to start considering the oils because they're really, doTERRA has some fantastic oils to use. You can, if you want to know more about them, I mean, you can talk to Wanda or you can talk to Amanda on here, Freedom Makers.
And
Daisha. I mean,
I have links in the description to reach all of us. Amanda and Daisha are helping me with this because I can't get to everybody. So when I can talk to you, I will. But if I'm not passing you guys over, but I have to let somebody handle some of the, like you just heard, I can't even get to my website right now to do stuff. So Daisha and Amanda are kind of helping because they know the business, they know the oils. And so, is that a helicopter? That's what it sounds like.
We have a fleet of military helicopters just above our house right now.
And my heart's vibrating all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But check out the links to below for that.
Honey Hollow Homestead said, doesn't it cost money to have a website? Yes, it does. You have to spend a good bit of money to have one.
Yes, you pay for a year's website. Right now, we do not have ours. If you go to our website, I will say this. When we first started out, I did have it where it was, I forgot what it's called anyway. You had some kind of license if I wanted to sell something through our website and I took in money. It was a secured site. So that if I took in money, that site would be secured. Well, I found out after paying for that for a year, I didn't have to because I wasn't selling anything. I'm putting links up. Somebody else is taking money, not me. And so when I dropped that certificate, they took and they'll post something that says this is not a secured site. All that means is you can proceed to our website because we're not taking money. If you see that, it's not something wrong with my website. It's just that we're not taking money. We're not secured to take money.
Right. Let's see here. Figure out where he's at. He says, Danny, have you ever looked into aquaponics? I know you don't like fish. I actually love fish. Fish is, I love fish. I used to be an avid fisherman all the time. But aquaponics, where we're at right here, would cost so much money to get set up till, and if the power goes down, like during hurricanes and stuff like that, it'd be hard to keep the pumps running and stuff, so it would be very difficult for us here.
Yeah. So we're probably not going to be doing that. Yeah, Laura Lee said she used the deep blue and then she used peppermint.
Peppermint
she
for the
loves
migraines, yeah.
Yes. I was using, I forgot which one I used earlier. I used Serenity last night. And then, Slim and Sassy. That's what I've got, Slim and Sassy. Oh. It's not making me slim, but it might be making me sassy. Right?
That's a possibility. Yeah.
Hey, Albany Mountain.
There's Albany Mountain.
We are doing great.
Yeah, we're fixing to get off here. We've not been on here over an hour.
Yes. And guys, we're going to plan on doing videos on our seeds. That's coming up hopefully this next week.
Yeah.
The green stalks planter. That's going to be coming up. We've got all these things. The Homestead box.
We do have a Homestead box coming up. Yeah.
I have a Betty's Box of Blessings going up on crazy days. So we've got things going. It's just that we're trying to get that barn. That barn's his biggest thing right now.
That's a major issue for us right now. Let's see here. Sheena says she's watched us for years. Do we have a pond on our place? No, we have a place we'd like to build one, but we need about $6,000 according to the the guy who builds them, and we don't have $6,000.
And the guy next door has a pond. So when in our videos, sometimes you will see a pond across our field, but it's actually on our neighbor's property.
Yeah.
VW Farm says they need to talk to you at the meetup about aquaponics. All right. Sounds good.
Do they make an oil with feverfew in it, or it works great for migraines? I don't know. I can't answer.
I don't know about feverfew. I know usually for headaches and migraines, peppermint and lavender mixed. I have one lady that uses basil. So whatever works for you. I'm not sure on that one.
Mama tries to say, where do y'all find these? Oh. Truth of the matter is, if we don't do it, nobody else will. And if we don't do it, we don't eat. Because we don't draw a check like a lot of people do. I mean,
we do not get government help.
We don't get no government help. We have no outside jobs or anything like that. I mean, what we do, it determines whether we live or not.
Yes. So we have to provide our own food as much as possible. And he has to work. That's something else. Spoons and spatulas, stirring spatulas. He promised you guys, and the barn's been taking precedence. So with it raining a little, I might can make him.
But I'm also doing house drawings for the lorries, so I'm having to. It's taking time.
He's got his hands in so much right now.
I'm doing blueprint drawings. I'm building a barn. I'm trying to find out if I'm going to have a tractor again. You know, I'm having to do everything by hand because I don't have my tractor.
Yeah, that's taking a toll.
That's what's taking a toll on me, is having to do everything by hand because I have no tractor. Good practice for when the lights go out, but.
Yeah. So, and we're having to keep a fire going.
Yeah, we have to keep a fire going almost every day, all day.
So I try to keep a fire going.
Wet, rainy, cold.
It was nice for a couple of days.
Yeah, we had the sun come out one day.
Mm-hmm. And then it was nice the day before. It was cloudy, but it was nice working weather.
Good working weather, but boy, when that wind kicked up, like I was power washing in front of my barn this morning, and when I turned the power washer off, I realized it was pouring down rain on me, and I didn't even know it. The power washer was hitting me with so much water, I thought I was just getting wet from the power washer. But
yeah, Shay says, don't forget those spoons. They want the spoons.
I'll get to them, believe me. I've got them cut out. I just ain't finished them.
Is it too late to plant garlic in North Carolina?
No.
Get it in the ground.
Just get it in the ground.
I can't see what the name is. Spiral says they want to get on a waiting list for a spoon and pay up front. Send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Okay, Amanda's telling me she'll help. I'll get that done. Yeah.
All right, I got to get busy.
Do we plant elderberries? We got some growing wild.
There's some growing in the woods down here wild, but we don't plant them.
They weren't wild. Danny threw some
out. I actually
out.
threw them down in there to get them started. So yeah, they're
so there. We actually have some. It wasn't because we planted. He didn't really plant them. He pitched them.
Okay. We got to get up and get out of here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I forgot it's not Saturday.
No, it's not Saturday night.
It's not Saturday night. Okay, never mind, guys. All right, so we're headed out, and we will talk to you guys Saturday night.
But we will see you in the next video.
If I get one made.
If we get another one made. We got several of them shot. We just haven't got them made. It just takes time.
That means somebody's got to be working after a while, guys.
Yeah, it takes hours and hours and hours to do this, and then you get paid nothing.
Yeah, the one thing I will ask, if you guys would share our videos. We don't usually do that. We don't say that, but in the last 2 months, our revenue's gone down almost half.
Almost half, yeah.
And that's just really disheartening to us because we depend on that to keep these projects like the barn going. We can't even finish the barn because of that. So guys, if you'll share our videos, get them out there, help us get the revenue back up.
Yeah, we need a view. We need something. I don't know what we need.
I don't know. I think they're not putting.
I think they're not putting no ads on.
The ads on some of the videos. We get messages. They've been unsubscribing people. So check, because we put a video up almost every day. I didn't this morning because I knew we were going to be live, but most every day there's a video. We do. So guys, we'll see y'all later.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. Bye-bye.